Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we are reviewing the Civivi Odium. This is a Ferrum Forge design manufactured by We Knife Co. This has G10 scales. These are the transparent G10. Has a deep carry pocket clip, which is kind of cool because they've made a shorter pocket clip than most of the other Civivi lines. I'll show that a little bit later. We have ambidextrous pocket clip, so you can go on either side. This is a stainless steel liner lock. This is a drop point blade. It has a flat grind, which is unusual. Most of Civivis do have the hollow grind, not this one. This has the D2 blade with a stonewash finish, really nice. That's Civivi logo right there, pretty awesome. Civivi does a pretty good job of doing that. Let's see how this light works here. Alright, so I'm trying to do some lighting for us too. So, this is actually a design from Ferrum Forge that's based on the Archbishop, which is a really popular model from Ferrum Forge. Obviously, it was much larger than this. And last but not least, this is on ceramic ball bearings. Let's jump into some specs. Alright. Excuse me. Excuse me. The overall length on this guy is coming in at a frickin' whopping 6.5 inches. The blade length is coming in at about 2 3/4, and the cutting edge is coming in at about 2 1/4 due to that large Ferrum Forge style finger foil. It's a good thing, trust me. Alright, let's see if you guys can see this. I know in my previous videos I rewatched it and I'm like, you guys can't even see the frickin' scale. It's like bright in the screen because my lighting sucked. So the overall weight on this guy is 2.5 ounces on the dot. I'm not sure what they claimed, but we'll give him a golf clap anyways. Last but not least, let's check the blade stock thickness. Zoop. Zoop. Blade stock thickness is coming in at 1.2 inches, or 0.12 inches, I'm sorry. 1.2 would be friggin' huge. The behind the edge thickness... it'll be between 10 and 20 thousandths. My micrometer doesn't get that low. How low can you go? Alright. The overall width on this guy is coming in at a 0.44 inches. And the overall height on this guy, excluding the pocket pecker, is coming in at 1.12 inches. Pretty good, pretty small, pretty sleek. So I've been carrying this around for quite some time now, and this thing does absolutely disappear in your pocket. It is absolutely a fantastic slicer. But, I jump ahead of myself here. Let's do some size comparisons for us. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I feel like this needs to be rung in. So we have the Civivi Dogma and the Civivi Elementum, both of which are Civivi brand knives, both of which aren't incredibly large. The Dogma is coming in at much larger than the Civivi Elementum, but even the Elementum is dwarfing the Civivi Odium. The Odium is pretty freaking small. So I have a couple more small knives to compare it to rather than my normal lineup. That is not one of them. This is the Rat Model 1, the Rat Model 2. As you can see, the Rat Model 1... What the hell? I just feel like I just pulled some editing magic right there. That was crazy. Alright. So as you get, I was like, the Rat Model 2 is just as big? What the fuck? So, the Civivi Odium is obviously dwarfed by both of these knives. And we all know that the Rat Model 2 is kind of small. So, this kind of lets you know, not kind of lets you know, this lets you frickin' know that this is a much smaller knife. We'll go over our feldspar sandwich. Once again, just for size reference, that's why I do all these, just so you guys can kind of see really what we're doing here. Some of you may have seen these feldspars, some of you may have seen the rats, some of you may have seen the Dogma, the Elementum. These ones are going to be a little less popular, but they're around the same size. So we have our QSP Puffin, not the same size, but smaller. And our Mass Drop Ferrum Forge Falcon. Now, if we couldn't tell, they always talk about the Ferrum Forge designs and how you can always pick them out. Can you not tell that these are cut from the same cloth? These things look, I mean, almost miniature of each other. It's pretty cool. So, moving on. So this knife, again, you know, it's I've been using it. It's stupid slicey, first and foremost. So it's definitely on the lower end between the 10 and 20,000s. It's just a damn slicey edge. Ergonomics of this knife, and you're gonna choke up. There is no, if you're trying to hold it like this, you lose. You just lose. I don't know what you're losing, but you're losing. You choke up here just like any other Fair and Forged design, which has totally shaped my mind when it comes to finger choils. I need one. I want one at all times. But the choked up position, you feel pretty good. You can bear down very well. You feel like you got full control over this. I kind of don't even realize it's in my hand. I'm talking, I'm making my hand gestures because that's how I talk, and it's just going around with it. So it's pretty freaking nice. The ergonomics are probably one of the best points. Next is the fidget factor. This thing, for being a small knife, is still pretty fidgety. As we can tell here, you can do the Spidey flick, you can do the light switch. I haven't been able to open up knives with my thumb it's just my thumb, I guess the way I hold knives and got used to it, I just don't do it anymore. So I'm sure you can if you get your hand in there. So it does have a deep carry pocket clip, both ambidextrous, we've already gone over that, but the one thing I did want to show is it comes with a mini-me deep carry pocket clip. Boop, boop. Pretty sweet there. So realistically, my likes, I freaking love the ergonomics. The blade sliciness is great. The fidget factor is pretty darn good. And, you know, you don't get better than those three items on a small knife like this, especially for the price point. What was this, like $60 maybe? It's great. As you can tell, yeah, you can see it with the light. See how those liners are skeletonized? They're skeletonized pretty good. You got this G10 backspacer. I'm kind of bouncing around because I forgot to mention those things. And ceramic ball bearings. No blade play when it came. No up and down blade play when it came. Blade centering. Perfect. What don't I like about this knife? Hey, guys. I'll go into that in a second. The one thing I don't like about this is how pointy this thing is here. This thing is freaking pointy. And by that, I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm choked up and you don't feel it, but then you start fidgeting and you press it against your hand. It's not a huge deal, but it's annoying. It's like almost sharp, it's so pointy. But it's not. It won't cut you or anything. It's just extremely annoying. Only when you're thinking about it, though. When you forget about it, it doesn't exist. But what am I really frustrated with the design of this knife? Why, on this green, beautiful earth, would you create a knife this freaking small? Once again, comparison with the Elementum. Why would you create a knife this freaking small? And this may be a world shocker. Not put a freaking lanyard hole anywhere in it. I don't want to use a lanyard hole, but this is a perfect lanyard knife. Like, you can get a little bit more purchase when you're doing this with the lanyard. You can hang it from something. I mean, this knife deserves a freaking lanyard. And this is the one knife that I've ever told myself that I want a lanyard, and it doesn't freaking have one. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense to me. This whole design is great. The idea is great. It's tiny. It's ergonomic. It does the job. It's stupid slicey. It's right there in a pinch when you need it. Why wouldn't you put a lanyard hole on it? Does that make or break this knife? No. I'm just kind of ranting just to do like the YouTube thing, you know? You find something you don't like, but that did frustrate me. I was trying to think of what don't I like about this, short of the fact that it's not really my cup of tea as far as the long, short, tiny blade length. But no lanyard hole, it just blows my mind. Not a big deal, but whatever. But yeah, and then this pointy guy. Those are the only two things I don't like. But overall, it's a lightweight knife. It's a knife that disappears. It's a knife that in a pinch, you can get anything done. And to show my actual like for this knife, despite some of the bad stuff that I've said, I've carried a couple different knives with me at work, and I had a guy ask for a knife. I started to hand him this, and I go, no, you know what? Give me that one back. And I didn't want to give this one up. That doesn't mean I'm going to keep it. That doesn't mean anything of that nature. It just means that out of the two that I had, I chose that I didn't want somebody using this knife over the other one. The other one was the Defcon TP68 or something like that. That one that I didn't know when I unboxed. But, that says a little bit for it, you know. And the Defcon's cool. But anyways, the Civivi Odium. Very good knife. It's a very good disappearing knife in your pocket. Why didn't you put a lanyard hole on it? Why is this a little sharp? Not a big deal. You can fidget with it. It does not rub on you the wrong way at all. The edges are all knocked down. It has a little bit of contouring with these scales. They're not completely flat, which is nice. It's tiny. It's very subtle, but... And overall, it's just a fantastic design, once again, from Farrenforge. Absolutely killing it. If you go look up the the Archbishop, and compare this knife to that one, maybe I'll try to do a cut and paste and add it to the end of this video so you can kind of see one next to the other. You'll definitely see some inspiration from the Archbishop. Then again, every frickin' Farrenforge design, you see a Farrenforge inspiration. And it's kind of like Disturbed. I'm going off on a tangent, but the band Disturbed, I love them. You know, when I was younger, I didn't really like that type of music, but now, you know, I have an appreciation for all types of music. And the band Disturbed, if you listen to every single one of their songs, they're all the exact same. Every single song is the exact same. Every soundtrack sounds, if you were to take out the words, they're almost the same song. But it's so good, and they keep doing it, that you accept it. You're like, they found the format, it's great. That's Farrenforge. They found the format, and it's great. And that's realistically the best thing that you can say about them. They're consistent, they're high quality, and they do a similar thing each and every time because we love that thing. That's all I got to say about the Farrenforge Civivi Odium. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.